Good evening. We're about to introduce you to the second part of the spinal orientated video. We get to progress the rolling technique that we showed you. We also get to improve upon our squat, and we go into a deeper squat and some preparatory exercises for that. But we also have another treat in store for you. I'm going to introduce you to Monika Roskowska. Now, Monika teaches alongside me in the training school, and she also hosts her practice in the same building that I have my practice in. So this is the beginning of a series of collaborative videos that you will see where we will bring some interesting content to you pertaining to how well you should look after yourself. Okay, enjoy this sequence.
The thing we're going to do is we're going to roll. So the most important thing in this particular exercise is to breathe. What I'd like you to do is induce every roll back on an exhale. What that does is it relaxes the diaphragm, it relaxes the psoas muscles, and it allows space between the vertebrae to happen. So what you're going to do is go as you roll back. And make that sound, make it loud. So you go. Do that as slow as possible. What you want is for the movement to be as fluid as possible, okay? So that's why the exhale. Now, having done this roll back for 10 times, what I'd like you to do next is we're going to go off the midline and we're going to go towards the shoulder. So, what we were doing before was midline. And what we're going to do now is go that way, towards the shoulder. Same principle. Exhale, make it loud and make it fluid. And same on the other side. So what that does is it creates a lovely space in your rib cage, between your ribs.
So we're going to progress from rolling over our spine to the center, from rolling over to one side, and from rolling to the other side onto the next phase of this. Now this is for people who are comfortable with the rolls we've previously shown you and also just demonstrated by Monika. When you're doing this next piece, the same rules apply. Exhale as you move, keep your body relaxed. If you want to use your hands to stabilize yourself in the beginning, that's fine, but you must always be relaxed and exhaling as you roll over yourself. The difference this time is that I'm going to put one or both feet on the floor over my shoulders. I have to have a relaxed neck and I have to exhale all the way through. Now in doing this, we're getting to curve our spine even more. We're getting to stimulate our spine even more as we roll over all these various points along our back and along our spine. And that's very productive for your nervous system, very productive for your bodily systems in general. It also helps to promote better range of motion and movement, and you get to feel better on a day-to-day basis. I'm going to show you what this looks like, and then I will turn around and show you what it looks like from the other side. But for now, as I exhale, I go over. My both feet are on the ground, I come back. I go over, both feet on the ground, and I come back. Now one or both feet can go on the ground, subjective to how you feel about that action. You will see it much easier when I turn around and demonstrate that technique, and I'll continue talking even though my back will be towards you. You will hear and see what I'm talking about. Now, as I sit with my back towards you, I will show you where the foot placement goes. I will start off by rolling over my left shoulder and bring my right leg across, and this is what it looks like. Both feet, one foot, and both. On the subject of the pelvis, we're going to expand the rotational aspect of our legs in conjunction with the pelvis. So therefore the joint that we would refer to as our hip joint. What we do is quite simple. We turn our toe up and we bring it back down. We turn our toe up and we bring it back down. Now this height is perfectly fine for you if this is the height that's comfortable for you. Have a look at this again. Toe up and back down. Toe up and back down. Now, the distance that your legs are apart will determine what type of activity and what type of challenge you will put onto this area, and you stay within your comfort zone. If you get to the stage where you're comfortable enough to go all the way down, well then by all means go all the way down and turn your toes up like we're showing you. This height is fine, this height is fine, whatever you choose to do. But work within the parameters of your own comfort. But the action is the same no matter what the height is. It's toe up and back down, and it's toe up and back down. Lovely. Now moving on to the next piece where we're going to start to explore the depths and the options that are there within the pelvic region and the deeper squat. We're going to do some preparation for this, and that's put the feet together just gently and just start off with small circles with the knees. Now the reason for this is that you're preparing for the movements that you're going to do later on. Make those small circles larger circles and larger circles. And when you've done that for something in the vicinity of 90 seconds to 3 minutes, so 1.5 minutes to 3 minutes, start again, opposite direction, small circles, slowly increasing those to bigger circles as you go. Now when you've done that to your satisfaction, come up to a standing position, open your feet out slightly and start off with small circles of your pelvis. And the same thing applies again. What you're looking to do here is just get your body working together. You can have your knees at this stage with a slight bend in them. That will allow accessibility to the ankles, to the knees and to the pelvis. And as you can see, a lot of my body is moving with this. And the circles get bigger and bigger and bigger again over about a 3-minute period. And of course you go the opposite direction in this configuration. Now, the more advanced version of this with the knees is where you will do a figure of 8. And you're looking to run that through a figure of 8, allowing your ankles, your knees, and even up into your pelvis to feel this action. And again, if you're choosing the figure of 8 over the circles, or choosing to do both, which is better again, try to get the movements to be as large and as literally as expansive as you can possibly achieve with this particular action, okay? And then of course, the same will apply with the pelvis. You would come up and you would work that figure of 8 again with your pelvis, pushing around up into the corners of the actual square that you're in, and then take the square and turn it into a circle and try to make everything a curve as opposed to an angle, and so on over about 3 minutes. Then what happens is you start to bring it down deeper into your squat position, and you can be on your heels like this, on your toes like this, and you can follow Monica's instructions now regarding the squat.
In this section, we're going to look at connecting the pelvis with the spine. What I'm going to ask you to do is go into a squat position. So if you can, go onto your flat feet on the ground. If you can, it's acceptable to go onto your toes also, wherever is comfortable, okay? The important bit about this is to remain soft here. So keep breathing, make sure that you have an open space here, and keep your spine straight, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to induce a rotation one way and then the next way from the midline. So we're going to go around in circles from the pelvis. So you start and just induce circles to the left for about a minute. So you should feel a nice connection and a nice engagement in your whole body. And when you've done that, go the other way. For a minute. Now, as we've done that, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to induce figures of 8. So we're going to remember to start from the midline and do one circle to the left, so forward and left, back to midline, forward and right, back to midline, as such. do that for about a minute. That's it. That will connect you nicely up the spine, up the system, and it will give you a lovely feeling of floating in your walk. Enjoy.
And there we have it. That's our spinal sequence. So you can see there's beautiful progressions from the very gentle movement into more expansive movements. And that is an intermediate exercise that we're looking at there. So take your time and start to expand and enjoy bringing your body into these extra places. As we said, breathe all the way through and take your time, and particularly with those figures of eights, make sure you go both directions. And pretty much be ensured that your exercises are balanced. And this is important, that what you do on the left, you must do on the right. It's a very progressive process, and therefore you should be experiencing differences not only from day to day, but from the beginning to the end of your session. So take a moment, explore those movements and enjoy.